know how at the beginning of every meeting, or every meeting I've ever been to, we say the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. It's similar to reading How It Works. It becomes mechanical somewhat. We just say it without really thinking about what it means. We're praying for serenity, to accept the things we cannot change. And then after the meeting, we go out into the world trying to change things. Serenity, for me, serenity comes through acceptance. Accepting things around me as being exactly the way they're supposed to be at this moment. Something very freeing about that. I'm not in charge of trying to make things work the way I think they should work. I'm not responsible for the outcome. I don't have a plan. Today I pray for God's will to be done. And the interesting thing about that is, He doesn't require my assistance. In fact, it works out way better if I stay out of the way. I have come to look at serenity as something of extreme value. You know, when I was out there drinking and doing my thing, life was chaotic. Serenity was not even part of my vocabulary, much less my everyday life. But since coming into AA and getting sober, I have come to value serenity above almost everything. Serenity affects my daily living. It affects how I view the world around me. And, you know, I don't know if I had the power to change all these things in this world that I think should be changed, would that make things any better? I don't think it would. The fact that I've turned my life and my will over to a power greater than myself, turns out that's a very good thing that I've done that. When I was living on my own will, trying to force things to happen the way I thought they would happen, there was no serenity to be found. None. Serenity means that I'm here at the beach to watch the sunrise. And guess what? I don't know that I'm actually going to be able to see the sun at all this morning because of all the clouds. Now, I could get wrapped around the axle over something like that. Man, I came all the way out here, I got up early, came all the way out here to see a sunrise, and look at what I get. Instead, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the fact that this is completely different than it was yesterday. This is all part of God's plan. For God to give me a morning like this gives me an opportunity to see the blessings rather than whine and complain about it not being the way I think it should be. Today I live a life of serenity. Now, does that mean I don't have problems? Hardly. We all have problems. And things don't always go the way I think they should go. But do I have to lose my serenity over that? Certainly not. And see, that control thing, it's toxic. Trying to be in control robs me of my serenity. That's why today I don't want to be in control. I'm not in control of these clouds that are covering up the sun this morning. And I don't want to be in control of the clouds. I love this morning just the way it is. I love my life just the way it is. I truly believe that God's will is for things to go on the way they're going on right this moment. Life is supposed to be the way it is right now. And who am I to try and dictate what life is supposed to look like? Acceptance, giving up control, and placing serenity very high on the priority list. Those are all key to my daily happiness. So I guess I'm encouraging, give up the control. It's an illusion anyway. Thinking that you have control over other people or over situations or over the friggin' weather for that matter. You don't have any control over that. If you're going to give it to God, give it all to God. Give up the control. Hand Him the controls. He's going to do a much finer job than you've ever thought of doing. I encourage you to place serenity high on the list. It should be a priority. Have you experienced true serenity? Do you live a serene life? Give up control. Give the controls to God. Give up the need to change things. Practice acceptance. Acceptance of the world the way it is right this moment. It doesn't have to be the way you want it to be all the time. I've come to realize that the way that God wants life to be is exactly the way it should be. That has created serenity in my life. You can see how trying to change things that you have no control over can really mess with your serenity. How can you have serenity and be trying to change things all at the same time? It just doesn't work that way. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Well, there you go. Accept the things you cannot change, and you will have serenity. You guys have a good day, and I hope it's a serene existence for you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.